In the realm of international geopolitics, unexpected events can have far-reaching consequences. One such event unfolded when reports emerged of an incident involving Russia and a US military base near Israel. This incident, which took many by surprise, triggered a flurry of diplomatic activities as nations and global leaders sought to comprehend its implications. In our analysis, we will examine the context, motivations, and potential ramifications of Russia's actions in a measured manner. To fully grasp the gravity of the situation, it is crucial to understand the geopolitical landscape within which this incident occurred. The Middle East, an already volatile region beset by conflicts and rivalries, became the backdrop for Russia's actions. For decades, the United States had maintained a military presence in the area, strategically positioning bases to protect its interests and project influence. One such base was situated near Israel, a staunch ally of the United States. This location held particular significance as it not only served as a deterrent against regional threats, but also symbolized the United States' commitment to its allies in the region. Russia, with its increasingly adversarial relationship with the United States, viewed the presence of American troops near its sphere of influence as a matter of concern. Understanding Russia's motivations for any action requires a closer examination of its broader foreign policy objectives. In the post-Soviet era, Russia has sought to reassert its global influence and challenge the prevailing unipolar world order dominated by the United States. The Middle East has been a focal point of these efforts due to its strategic importance in the global energy market and its role as a center for international diplomacy. A key aspect of Russia's foreign policy has been its support for the Syrian government, led by President Bashar al-Assad, which began with its military intervention in Syria in 2015. This intervention aimed to stabilize the Assad regime and ensure Russia's continued presence in the region. However, it also brought Russian forces into close proximity with US troops, creating a potential flashpoint. Furthermore, Russia has long been concerned about NATO expansion and the US presence in Eastern Europe, perceiving it as a threat to its security. The incident near the US base near Israel could be seen as a strategic move by Russia to push back against what it perceived as encroachment on its sphere of influence. Additionally, Russia's engagement in the Middle East provided opportunities to forge new alliances and partnerships. In recent years, it has cultivated ties with nations like Iran and Turkey, further complicating regional dynamics and challenging US dominance. The incident near the US base could be interpreted as a bold gesture by Russia to signal its commitment to these partnerships. On a fateful morning, news of the incident at the US military base near Israel reverberated across the region and the globe. The attack, which occurred under the cover of darkness, caught both American and Israeli defense forces off guard. Initial reports were chaotic and conflicting, originating from different sources. The attack involved a combination of conventional warfare and unconventional tactics. Russian military aircraft, including advanced fighter jets and long-range bombers, conducted precision strikes on key infrastructure within the US base. Simultaneously, cyber attacks disrupted communication systems, leaving American forces scrambling to coordinate a response. The use of cyber attacks highlighted Russia's growing capabilities in this domain and its willingness to employ such tools to achieve its objectives. The combination of kinetic and cyber warfare created a complex and challenging situation for the United States and its allies. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, the priority was to secure the base and ensure the safety of American personnel. Concurrently, efforts were made to restore communication systems to coordinate an appropriate response. The international community swiftly condemned Russia's actions, with world leaders calling for an emergency session of the United Nations Security Council to address the situation. Nations from around the world expressed concerns about the escalation of conflict in the already volatile Middle East. Israel, in particular, found itself in a delicate position. While it maintained a close relationship with the United States, it also had to carefully navigate its relations with Russia to safeguard its strategic interests. The incident near its territory forced Israeli leaders into a diplomatic balancing act, as they sought to avoid being drawn into the conflict. As more information emerged and the dust settled, a clearer picture of the situation began to take shape. The incident had inflicted significant damage on the US base, resulting in casualties among American personnel. In the midst of a rapidly evolving situation, an incident involving Russian forces and a US military base near Israel took place, leading to a complex and challenging environment. The circumstances surrounding the incident were characterized by uncertainty, disinformation, and conflicting narratives. Recognizing the need for diplomatic engagement, the United States, Russia, and other relevant stakeholders initiated high-level discussions to de-escalate tensions. International mediators, including the United Nations, played a vital role in facilitating these dialogues. However, due to the gravity of the attack and the underlying geopolitical tensions, there was initial skepticism and mistrust between the parties involved. Accusations of aggression and violations of international norms were exchanged, making it difficult to establish common ground and build trust. After intense negotiations spanning several days, a ceasefire agreement was successfully brokered. The terms of the ceasefire entailed the withdrawal of Russian forces from the captured installations within the US base and a commitment from both sides to refrain from further hostilities. International observers were deployed to monitor compliance with the ceasefire. While the ceasefire provided a temporary respite, the underlying issues that led to the attack remained unresolved. The attack on the US base near Israel had significant implications for the regional balance of power and the broader global geopolitical landscape. It strained the already tense relationship between the United States and Russia, highlighting the persistent geopolitical competition between the two nations. Furthermore, the incident underscored the complexities of the Middle East, where multiple actors with diverse interests operate in close proximity, raising concerns about the potential escalation of regional conflicts. The utilization of cyber attacks alongside conventional military operations emphasized the evolving nature of warfare and the vulnerability of critical infrastructure to cyber threats. The successful negotiation of the ceasefire demonstrated the importance of international diplomacy in preventing and resolving conflicts, emphasizing the necessity of a multilateral approach to address global crises. The incident prompted nations to reassess their alliances and partnerships, requiring careful navigation of relationships to manage the intricate web of alliances in the region. The repercussions of the attack near Israel reverberated across the geopolitical landscape, leading to a reassessment of positions and strategies by numerous nations and alliances. NATO, for instance, convened an emergency meeting to examine the implications of the attack, prompting members to consider threats beyond their traditional focus areas. China and some Central Asian countries, sympathetic to Russia, either remained silent or expressed support for Moscow's actions, potentially reshaping the global balance of power and creating new challenges for US foreign policy. The attack on the US military base near Israel by Russia was an unexpected and audacious move that had far-reaching consequences, exposing the fragility of the global geopolitical landscape, the complexities of the Middle East, and the evolving nature of warfare in the 21st century. This incident underscores the need for diplomacy, international cooperation, and conflict prevention to address the root causes of global conflicts and strive towards a more peaceful and stable future. It serves as a call to action for leaders and policymakers to navigate the complexities of the interconnected and volatile world we live in. The international community anxiously awaits the unfolding of the next chapter in this ongoing narrative. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a video.